Hi guys, my name's Alisha, or I'm known as AJ around the ranch. I started out here at the ranch this past January was a year, taking riding lessons with Jessica. I actually learned how to ride on this horse here, and this is Zap. I did about a month's worth of riding lessons with Jessica because I had to go back down to school because I'm a student at Western Kentucky University. But when I'm home, I like to come out to the ranch and volunteer. So all last summer while I was home, I came out to the ranch and I volunteered, including all of summer camp. So for me volunteering for all of summer camp, I became the pilot for the S.O.S program, which is our summer of service program. For the summer service program, I volunteered all summer with horse camp down here at the barn. And now this year, I'm actually a paid camp counselor now that I know the ropes, know how our camp works, and what's expected of the counselors. So one of the things I learned during our summer service program was how to teach the kids how to saddle a horse. So I'm going to be doing a saddling demo today for you using Zap. So the first thing we'll do is I always like to check and make sure our horse is clean. There's nothing down here where his girth's going to go because we don't want him to get any saddle sores. So he was groomed properly so he doesn't have any dirt that's going to cause any sores on him. So the first thing I want to do is grab our saddle pad. And now the saddle pad has to go in a certain direction. It's got this leather piece up front here, and that's going to go over the horse's withers. So we're going to take the saddle pad, and we're going to gently set it on his back, and then we're going to slide it back because we don't want any of his hair to be pushed in the wrong direction because that can also irritate the horse. I'm going to pull his mane out a little bit from under that saddle pad. Next thing I'm going to do is grab our saddle. Now there's a lot of pieces on the saddle, but I want to make sure nothing's hanging over on this side of the saddle because I don't want them stuck under the saddle after I put it over his back. We'll take the saddle, we're going to set it gently if you can on the horse's back. Now there's still a possibility that something's tucked up on the other side of the horse, so I'm going to go around and make sure there's nothing tucked up underneath the saddle. Pull down gently and lay them against him, and then I will come back to them when I need them. So now we have our saddle sitting on our horse, but I can't get on and ride him this way because the saddle's going to fall off. So I'm going to take this stirrup and put it over what we call the saddle horn. Now this is your latigo strap, and then the girth's hanging on the other side. The girth is the big thick piece of the part that are hanging right now. So I'm going to take our latigo strap, and without twisting it, it goes straight down through the top hole on the buckle on his girth. We want to make sure it's not twisted. We're going to go back through the top hole, and we're going to go through the bottom hole again. We're going to go back to the top hole one more time because we've got 4 pieces here. We got to make sure we have those 4 pieces. But now I've got 4 pieces. I'm going to take the tail in my left hand, and the piece closest to me in my right hand, I'm going to pull up with my right and down with my left, and that's going to tighten the girth down. We're not going to do it too tight because I'm not going to get on him yet, so there's no point in tightening it down all the way. So I'm going to take the tail again and take it towards his head, and bring it back towards his tail. It's going to loop back towards him and come up from the back side of the ring that we already tucked the latigo through before. So take it up towards the sky. And now I've got this loop here. I'm going to take the tail down through the loop and pull it tight. And now it looks like a man's tie. So now I'm going to put the stirrup down. It doesn't need to be up there anymore because I already tied that. And there's another piece that goes on, which is his breast collar. So we want to make sure that's not twisted as well. And it's got a buckle over here like your belt would. So I'm going to unbuckle that. I'm not going to take it all the way out of this. And it goes through this ring right here on the saddle. So loop it through. I'm going to tighten it down into the tightest hole that's already punched on it, which isn't all the way back down here. So that's fastened there. And there's still a piece hanging down here. And this piece on his girth between his legs under his belly, there's 2 rings. There's one at the front, closer to his legs. There's one at the back, closer towards his tail. I'm going to hook this on the ring at the front. Which is off to the side right this second. There we go. So now that that's on, I'm going to double check, make sure there's nothing tucked up under and there's nothing twisted. So none of my equipment is twisted. So right now he's saddled. There's one other thing that we ask our summer camp students to grab after they're done putting the saddle on the horse, and that's the bridle. The bridle is what the students use to give the horse directions with their hands. Now, the bridle gets hung up in our tack room in a certain manner, so nothing gets tangled or twisted. We ask students when they grab it to make sure they're careful that nothing is tangled or twisted, and they carry it out and they hang it on the saddle horn of the saddle. So that way when they get over to the arena, our camp director, Joe Ellen, can bridle the horse for them, so that way they can start with their lesson. The other thing our camp director does before the students even attempt to get on the mounting block is she comes over and she double checks the horse's girth and tightens the girth up to where it needs to be for that student to have a safe ride. I learned how to ride on Zap here. It was a year in January, and I am very grateful for the lesson package that I got, because learning how to ride out here at the ranch was a very humbling experience for me. There's about 640 acres that we can trail ride on, and after I got comfortable enough riding in the arena, we went out on some trail rides, and then I fell in love with the ranch and being out here. So that's when I started really volunteering, and with the number of hours I put in, I was able to earn more lessons and eventually build up to being a trail guide for when we do trail rides. And then on top of that, I also was given the opportunity to be part of the Praise Riders drill team, which is our all-volunteer drill team. And that was another very cool experience that I got. That is a one-of-a-kind experience. If you've never done it, it's a lot of fun. So I highly recommend you, if you want to get back into riding and haven't had the chance, to contact Potter's Ranch to speak with our barn director, Joe Ellen, about getting lessons out here and starting your journey out here. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Jessica here at Potter's Ranch again. Today I wanted to introduce you to two of our other minis. They've switched positions on me. They keep switching. We have Nerah and Lux. They're sisters. Nerah is 13, Lux is 12. They're both red and white sorrel miniature ponies. They both have blue eyes. We actually renamed them. They were donated by Kelsey Moeller of Batavia, Ohio. And we renamed them so that they would have some type of biblical name. So Nerah means the light, and Lux means candle in Hebrew. So we kind of found that was fitting. They tend to be a light for kids that have issues reading, actually. They're part of our Pony Pals program. And they are part of the program where kids can sit here on the bench that our awesome maintenance man Randy made and read to the kids. So as you can see, they're very intrigued, and they don't pass judgment for kids. So it's something that kids can really enjoy and work on, especially kids with dyslexia and attend our dyslexia camp. So that's a little bit about these guys. I hope you continue to watch. Thanks.